So the Clippers' young star, Terrence Mann, speaks on the disrespect to Kobe Bryant. And the reason why I say the disrespect to Kobe Bryant is because I really feel like Kobe Bryant gets disrespected more than a lot of people even want to share, or maybe even some people might even notice. Because when they talk about the greatest players of all time, it's then got narrowed down to LeBron and Michael Jordan. And for a while, it's been LeBron and Michael Jordan, even when, Kobe was alive. And it's like, my thing is, how are you going to discredit the only player that we've ever seen look like Michael Jordan, act like Michael Jordan, play like Michael Jordan, and his game mimicked it so well? There's nobody even close to Michael Jordan. To me, when I think about LeBron James, he's an all-time great player, but not my favorite player either. And I'm with Terrence Mann on that. Kobe Bryant was one of those players. For me growing up, I watched him play, and that guy was supremely awesome all the way around. And when you think about LeBron, he's a good all-around player. So when we talk about all-around, we might be talking about Magic Johnson, players like that. We're not talking about a Michael Jordan who was so fiercely dominant and dominated the league so much because of how he was and his aura, and his offensive arsenal could not be touched. It's just no way. So, when you think about that, and plus Jordan never lost in the NBA Finals. Yeah, he lost some playoff series and things like that, but that goes with every player. But when you never lose in the finals and you 6-0 and you won 6 championships, and everybody is trying to, get to that 6th championship and all that, and it's been all these years and no player has reached 6 championships yet. So when you think about that in its entirety, that makes Jordan the GOAT to me. And to me, there's really no debate. When it comes to LeBron and Jordan, there is no debate. Jordan is still the greatest player of all time because, as I said before, if he wasn't the greatest player of all time, there wouldn't be no debate of whether LeBron has surpassed him or not. And on top of that, Jordan still sells sneakers like he's still playing basketball. Jordan shoes sell so damn well, you think he's still playing. You wouldn't think he's a guy who's been retired for 30 plus or 20, 30 plus years. You think he's still actually out there playing, as relevant as he is, and all those things. And when we talk about GOAT titles, his name, everybody compares whoever to Michael Jordan. Just like they do in football, everybody compares whoever to Tom Brady because he's the GOAT. A lot of people look at him as the GOAT of football. So it's like, or at least the greatest quarterback of all time. So, when we talk about Jordan, he's the GOAT to me. But my thing is, Kobe doesn't get enough respect because if he's the closest player we ever seen to Michael Jordan, if he's the closest player we ever seen mimic his game, play to that level, and he's got a jump shot, and he's got killer mentality, and he's won multiple championships, and on top of that, he won 2 championships without the most dominant player, Shaq. It goes to show how great and how dominant Kobe was. And it shows that how great of a player he was amongst his contemporaries. Kobe was the best player in the league when he was healthy and when he was younger. No doubt about it. When it was his time, he was definitely the best player in the league. LeBron was up next after Kobe. But at the same time, Kobe was the guy. And I just think that he gets disrespected so much because he's not put into the GOAT conversation, greatest of all time. And to me, you got to put him in there because when you look at his numbers, the championships, all that, and the fact that he has a better finals record than LeBron James. I think Kobe is 5-2 in the finals. LeBron James is like 4-6 in the finals. You see what I'm saying? The winning percentage is different. The winning percentage is not there. And on top of that, Kobe, he played with Shaq and he had some good role players, but he didn't play with a big 3 in himself, D-Wade, Chris Bosh, and, then LeBron had Anthony Davis, which Anthony Davis is really good when he's healthy. It all attributes, you know what I'm saying? And we can go back and forth, tit for tat, all those things. But my thing is, there's no reason why Kobe shouldn't even be in the debate because Kobe is one of the greatest players we ever seen. And the fact that he's not even here, these people don't even acknowledge him anymore to the level of greatness that he was. Now they just come out with they got a Kobe Day, and yeah, he's on the cover of 2K24, but that's not good enough to me. I think Kobe should be talked about more in the GOAT conversation rather than LeBron, because when we compare player to player, who plays more like Jordan? Who reminds you more of Jordan, Kobe or LeBron? It's Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant always reminds you more of Jordan because his game is more like that. First of all, LeBron doesn't even have a jump shot. LeBron is scared to go to the free throw line a lot of times because he knows he's going to miss 1 out of 2 in a big crucial game most of the time or in a lot of situations. So, when you're scared of the free throw line and when you don't have a jump shot really and you always defer to somebody else in passing, you're not really comparable to Michael Jordan because you're more like a Magic Johnson type player. You're not a Michael Jordan type player. When you compare somebody to Mike, they need to have a lot of his skills to me, or they need to play and mimic of the way he played. And LeBron plays like almost the complete opposite of Jordan. You can compare him to Jordan in regards to numbers, things like that. But I mean, a whole lot of players got numbers like Jordan. Hell, there's some players that got better numbers than Jordan in some areas. But the domination that Jordan had amongst his peers and contemporaries, it wasn't even close that he was the greatest player. And it wasn't even close that he was years ahead of his time in some of the things that he was doing. And I can say the same thing for Kobe. Kobe really had something about him a lot different than a lot of other players in the league, even with Al Iversons around and those type players and Carmelo Anthony's and even LeBron James. You see what I'm saying? He had and D Wade's and all them. He stood out amongst all of them because he was the closest we've seen to Jordan, and that dominant presence that he had, it's unbearable. I mean, it's unbelievable the dominance that Kobe had, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I think that he gets ultimately disrespected by not being put in the conversation of the greatest of all time. Because when you hear a lot of players like Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, and all the players that played with Kobe Bryant in that time, and even they played with LeBron as well, none of them really put LeBron over Kobe Bryant. So you know damn well they don't put him over Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan was that guy. Like, I mean, he literally just dominated the league so well. I mean, it wasn't even close. And this is my thing. When the players say who's better, I think we need to acknowledge that more. NBA players who played in the era with Kobe and LeBron, when they look at LeBron now and back then, it's not even really comparable to Kobe because he's not as dominant. And like I said, 4-6 in the NBA Finals is not a good enough record to be the greatest of all time. You can't lose 6 NBA Finals and be the GOAT. There's no way possible in my mind. If you're going to be the GOAT of something, you need to have lost maybe 1, 2, 3 times, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 times or something like that. Not 6 losses in the NBA Finals. That's just not good enough, especially against 2 Splash Brothers who really a lot of people believe is not even on LeBron's level. Well, if they weren't on LeBron's level, how come he couldn't get past them? How come, they lost to him? Yeah, they came back from that 3-1 lead, but that was because of him. That was because of LeBron and Kyrie Irving. Kyrie went off that whole, or at least the last bit, the latter half of that 7-game series, just as LeBron did. So it took, Kyrie to drop 40 points every game along with LeBron for them to actually make that comeback and make it happen. So to me, I'm with Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann is right. You know what I'm saying? He said he got offended. He gets offended. He used to get offended when people used to put LeBron over Kobe. And I'm pretty sure he still does, because Kobe doesn't even get the recognition and talked about the way he should in the GOAT conversation, because he should be right there. And nobody even speaks on that. And it bothers me now. So I know it bothers Terrence Mann still. But hopefully he can avenge that by winning a championship and easing his mind a little bit more. It's not going to change the situation, but it will make his situation better, at least where he is. But hey, leave any comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and we talk about it.